All right, so the last part of finishing the duffel before you put the grommets on is the strap. So if you're doing the D-rings, you're going to want to prepare your tab, sew it with a 1/4 inch seam, turn it inside out, and then you're going to want to top stitch it so that it resembles the strapping piece. This piece will sew face down toward the bottom of the bag, above the seam of the round circle part, and you'll stitch it down and then pull it up and top stitch it so you cover that seam. All right, so that's how you would do that. And then your D-rings, both of them fit on here, and then you can turn it back and stitch it into place so that it holds the 2 D-rings. Then the other strap is going to join at the top of your bag. You're going to center it over this seam, and it is actually loose. And just like in the video, you put it through the D-rings. So here you have the loose end. You can place it through your D-rings. Pull it back up and then down again to tighten it. Okay, so if you want to use the D-rings, that's the system. What I'm going to be doing with mine, if you didn't purchase the D-rings, is I'm going to start with, I'm not going to use the tab. I just prepared that for those who are. And I'm going to first, with the right side of the nice looking side of my strap up, I'm going to edge stitch it into place right centered over that seam. Then with your lining inside, you're gonna bring that lining all the way down to where it's to the bottom of your bag, and you can go ahead and pin this back. Now I created the pellon on here to help with the grommets, so that will also help me know where to fold back. It's 2 inches wide, the fusing, the pellon, and that's going to come back down, and I'm going to stitch this into place. So go ahead and put a pin there, and keep this nice and even. Top of the bag. So the heavy fabric does not go into this lining. The lining is folding back on itself. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stitch that into place. And the fusing really does help you keep that crease. beautiful. Then finish that out, okay? I'm gonna have to go back and rip a little bit to get that to lay flat. So probably a good idea to pin this. Then what I'm gonna do with the strap down here is the same treatment that I told you with the placket, with the little tab placket. So it can be, depending on how long you want your strap, you can put it down a little lower or higher. I'm gonna go down about an inch above this hem, and I'm gonna grab it with the lining, so the lining will stay inside the bag. Now, if you want the ability to bring your lining out, then don't. Make it separate. If you want it to hold the lining in, go through all the thicknesses. So actually, you know what? I think I am gonna leave it out. So. Turn it upside down. Put this in place. And I'm going to stitch right over that. It's separate. Because I know my little granddaughter is going to probably have chips in here. She's going to want to shake them out. That's why I decided not to anchor it. And I did get her great approval last weekend on this combination of color and print. She was very pleased. So again, so if you want the lining to attach, you go through afterwards, otherwise you can do this before. So here that. And then one more time. You'll get the seam covered and stitch that into place.